everybody, and welcome to the 2025 Lone Star Conference Hoops Week and Online Media Day. On behalf of the University of Texas at Dallas, I'm Lauren Schilling, and I'm here with men's head coach Jared Fleming and junior forwards Jordan Balderaz and Zach Spitzer. So first question for you, Coach. Y'all went 15-10 last season with 2 wins over Division II teams, but you're returning 11 of those players. How does it kind of help your team to start off with that much returning experience?
Yeah, the experience is huge. I think from the leadership aspect, as far as these guys are going to provide all year, and we'll talk more about that, I'm sure. But the experience we went through last year to play the Division II opponents, to play the Lone Star people, to get a couple wins and bring so many of those guys back, I think it's going to be huge for us. I think it provides belief. Our guys have done it. They've seen it. They've been through some of those battles, and I think that stuff is going to be very, very valuable as we go through this first year in the Lone Star. And I'm excited about a big group coming back for sure.
And then looking at the preseason, y'all already had the opportunity to do a really exciting trip to Europe. Y'all got to play some international teams. What did you kind of learn about your team from that experience?
Yeah, experience was unbelievable. I mean, I'm so glad we did it. I know the guys had a blast. From a coaching perspective, you're selfish, right? Because for me, it's about the 10 practices and the workouts, right? For them, it's getting through the 10 practices, then go to Europe, right? So, but we learned so much. We learned who we are. We learned where our identity is going to be. We learned each other, which is probably as big a deal as anything. They learned how to play with each other, how to spend time with each other. They became friends. Our group is so much closer right now than we would be normally had we not done that. And I think that's the biggest benefit. Yes, we learned some basketball. Yes, we got some stuff in early and got some actions in early and got to build our overall playbook and all those things. But the biggest deal was, you're on campus. Nobody else is here for 2 weeks, basically. You're eating together. You're hanging out together. You're playing video games together. There's no class. There's nothing else going on. And you never get that opportunity outside of maybe Christmas break a little bit, but Christmas break we're playing games, so it's not quite the same. It's a unique opportunity. And then we go to Europe and we're flying overseas together. We're seeing castles and eating food and having a great experience that's so unique. And they get this common bond, common experience, common, wealth of information and stuff about each other. That's just you can't fake that. You can't find it any other way. And I think it was unbelievable for us. So I think it's gonna pay dividends this year, but it's gonna pay dividends next year and the year after too, because these guys are just gonna continue to get closer and closer. And I think it's gonna be big for us.
So turning towards that insight he's giving you into the Lone Star Conference, what are some expectations or goals that y'all have for this season?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, first year, our number one goal is compete every single night. That is our goal. The Lone Star is a grind. It's a big league. There's a ton of travel. It is very deep, top to bottom. Our goal is to figure out a way every single night to compete at a very, very high level. And yeah, we have goals about winning games and doing that sort of stuff, but our goal is to find our level of competitiveness every night. There are some long road trips. We are in western, eastern New Mexico is a long way. We've got to go back to our old friends down at Sol Ross. It's a long way. We have long road trips. It's a big league. We made 28 games. That's 3 more games. We're on the road twice in the preseason in Colorado and Salt Lake City. So we're going to be on the road a lot. How do we compete day in, day out, every single night, and not have those letdowns? That's going to be our first test, is competing against really, really good competition. The second big goal for us is to continue to get better. We're a young group. We have 1 senior. We have 4 juniors, I think. The rest are freshmen and sophomores. We're a young group. We have to continue to get better. We can't hit lulls. We can't get tired. We can't get halfway through the season and take a dip. We have to continue to learn and to grow and to get better. So as we become into year 2, year 3, and our guys get older, we're going to learn what it takes and how to compete and win games at a high level. So those are our number 2 goals, top 2 goals year 1.
All right, and then looking towards players, Jordan and Zach, y'all are 2 of those few upperclassmen he kind of mentioned. We've got a lot of new faces. How did the preseason go for y'all getting to gel with all those new teammates? Did the Europe trip really help out with that?
Yeah, just like Coach was saying, that Europe trip really did help us. Just being able to learn each other, experience stuff, like walking the castles and complaining about walking so long. Like, that builds chemistry and it builds bond.
Yeah, just like the Euro trip is like the 10 practices we had before. We got to all see each other, play basketball with each other. And then everything in Europe, the flight, the long flight, and then just everything there, eating together, just hanging out, like not on the court, really just gelled us with the new guys as a team.
And then both of y'all, junior upperclassmen, major contributors for the team last year. What do you kind of take on as your role for the team this season?
Kind of emphasizing like leadership. We have some new guys, really talented, no experience in college. So just being able to lead them, make them better, make ourselves better as well. Just being able to bring a culture, establish the culture in this new division that we're playing.
just doing the dirty work, the little things, just to show like the new guys that the little things is what wins games, and not like we don't have to be super flashy, just like a cut or anything. Good defense, a good rebound, just anything, just to help the new guys see what it's like at the college level.
And it's a whole new level of play for everyone going into D2. Was there anything in this offseason and the beginning of preseason, skills-wise, that y'all really individually focused on to try and help bolster the team?
Mostly just physicality, getting in the weight room, trying to get stronger and faster. Because the skill level is there across the whole board. Any division that have to do with basketball players, but really matching that physicality and the speed, really putting the work in the weight room is good.
Catch and shoot threes, because all the D2 guys we played, they always just made us pay when they were open, hitting their open shots. We got to work on that.
All right, and this is a really deep conference. 6 teams made it to the regionals. 2 teams ended up in the top 25 nationally. What are y'all most excited about facing this level of competition?
So we're just excited to be able to compete at it. We feel like we have the talent to be able to compete, and we're going to show people that we belong here, and we have a statement to make.
Just to be able to play in those crazy atmospheres, like at DBU or all the other road games, just to stay together as a team and just play when everyone doesn't like us. It's just everyone, us versus everyone else.
All right, and then one last question for any of y'all, all of y'all. Quality teams, you've mentioned it time and time again. Is there any particular team or teams you're most looking forward to playing, whether it's at home or at their gym this season?
I think this just the whole newness is just exciting. We get essentially 16 new opponents that we've never seen before. So, I don't think you're creating new rivalries, creating new places to go, and new excitement with that. I think that's the big thing for me, is learning the league. We've never played at Angelo. We've never played at Midwestern. We've never been to Odessa. I don't know where Silver City is, right? So getting to do those things, I think, is exciting. I think it's fun going to new places. We gotta find new hotels, and we gotta find new restaurants to eat at pregame and all these things. I think the newness of the whole league is very exciting. And I'm not sure for me there's one team that's the team. I don't think that's really real for us right now. I think it's more about going to compete with all of them. We'll be, and everybody doesn't know us either, right? So every time we play a game, they will not know who we are. It's their first time to Dallas, first time in our gym. I think that's kind of the exciting part about being the first year in the league.
All right. Thank you, Coach Fleming, Jordan, Zach, for your time. We wish you all the best with this season. Thank you for joining us to check out UTD men's basketball, and we'll send you off to the rest of the Lone Star Conference Media Week.